Hi, Dan Dustin here again. I've just oiled a batch of spoons and now I need to rub them. And I thought would be a good time to tell a story. I'm going to let you see the spoons and not have to look at my face all the way through. This is a very important story. And it's a family duty of mine to tell it, that I've been aware of for probably 50 years or more. And everybody else is long dead. And you, the viewer, are a rare person. I only have about a dozen, let me see what you call it when you YouTube. A dozen people who are signed up for my channel. And so I hope that one of you will alert Yankee Magazine, if I don't, and the English department of your local school or something, so this can be, more people can hear this and we'll just get it on my channel. It involves a poem by a famous American poet, which has been handed down through my family for some time and has never been published. My mother was born in 1911. She was Quaker. Her mother was Quaker before her. I suppose I was raised Quaker. My mom was raised Quaker, Episcopalian, her father. And I was raised Quaker Baptist, my father. My parents compromised on the Congregational Church, but that's neither here nor there. As a good Quaker, my grandmother regularly took the train, twice a year, down into Massachusetts. I've forgotten the town. I think it was Ayer. And to check on an elderly Quaker lady who was known as Cousin Nellie Chalice. And as once and Grandma would take one of her 7 children with her from time to time, and one time she took my mother. And on the train she told my mother about the farm that Cousin Nellie Chalice lived on. It was known as Pond Hills, and it had some fame because it was the setting of a famous American poem called Snowbound. The sun that brief November day rose cheerless over hills of gray and darkly circled, gave at noon a sadder light than waning moon, and so forth for about 30 pages. That poem was written by Mr. John Greenleaf Whittier, who lived next door. One didn't travel very far in a snowstorm. Of course, so Pond Hills was the setting for that poem, and Mom was probably in the 5th grade or something and quite impressed. Well, when Cousin Nellie was a little girl, and now we're getting well back into the 19th century, her mother took care of Mr. Whittier in his dotage. And one time, Cousin Nellie's mother sent her across the way with a gift of butter. And Mr. Whittier wrote a thank you note in verse. and because he was a famous American poet, and so forth, the Chalices pinned that poem to a board and hung the board in the kitchen. And there it was, and my mother copied it to bring back for school to show her teacher. And that was very lucky because you see that tiny hole there? You probably can. I'm not going to talk about the spoons. I really am not. I need to get the oil out of that hole right there. And I've got a tool here to do it. And the poem went like this. Words butter no parsnips, the old adage says, and to fill up the trencher is better than praise. So trust me, dear friend, that as I eat of thy butter, the thanks that I feel are far more than I utter. Kind Providence, grant thee a life without ills. May the cows never dry up that feed on pond hills. May the cream never fail in thy cellar so cold, nor thy hand lose its cunning to change it to gold. Thrice welcome to him who, unblessed with a wife, sits and bungles alone at the ripped seams of life, is the womanly kindness that pities his fate and sews on his button or fills up his plate.